Hello and welcome to the show. We have a special video for you today. We're going to have a look at the making of a FailRace video and explain sort of how we do things. I will start by saying sorry about the aspect ratios. My TV screen and the aspect ratio I record off my TV screen, off my Xbox, and the video camera is different to that of my computer. And I didn't realise that when I started doing this. So sorry about that. Yes, there are black lines. It's a bit wonky. There's just nothing I can do about this one. Anyway, we're going to start with a look at the setup which I use for recording. Okay, and here is everything. I really don't know how good the microphone is going to come out on this. Because, yeah, I'm using the inbuilt microphone on this video camera that I borrowed off my sister. So I don't really know how good it's going to be. But anyway, this is my setup. We have got my useless computer. I say useless. It works, it does the job most of the time. It's just not quite as powerful as I would like it to be. I've also noticed when I was getting stuff ready for this, everything on my desk is black. My phone, my iPod, my wallet, the keyboard, the TV screen, most of the wheel, the controllers, except for the PVR that stands out, and the book. But that was closed. Hold on, closed. There we go, even that's mostly black. I've only just really noticed that. Anyway, yes, there we go. That's my computer. I have far too many icons on the screen at once. I should probably organise that better, but I haven't really had time. So yes, we've got Hapwich HD PVR. I don't know if that's pronounced right. I never really know how to call that one. That's what I use for all of the recording. I have the old one, so I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bit dark. I have a billion cables. This is neat for my desk, by the way. I don't know if can I show you some of the cables, some of the tangle that I have to work with? There's more behind the TV that is far too dark to see in there. Yeah, I hate having HD component leads. It is a right mess. As you saw, I have this Ferrari notebook. I'm not used to video cameraing. It has all various notes on upcoming challenges and results of stuff and all that kind of thing. Whenever I come up with a challenge idea, I don't want to forget, I'll write it down. Or if it's for like the results, like hot lap stuff, I'll put the notes in there so I don't forget the times and that kind of thing. I've got a controller, steering wheel. I have a Fanatic CSR wheel. A few people have asked about that before. I don't use the steering wheel for Forza stuff. I do not like the steering wheel on Forza. It never quite feels right, although I do use it for PC games. R Factor, not iRacing, sorry. Project Cars. I have used it on iRacing. I tried. It didn't work very well. So yeah, I have a steering wheel, I just don't use it very often. I have a wired controller that I use for racing, and I use it for most PC stuff. Got a couple of TV remotes in there, and then in the corner we have a new addition. Today, in fact. It is a PlayStation 3, so I can now play Gran Turismo, which I have somewhere sitting over here. Look, there we go, Gran Turismo and GTA 5. They're the two games I'm playing at the moment. Yes, I have a PlayStation 3, so yeah, I can play Gran Turismo, basically, and some other games as well that I want. So yeah, look out for some Gran Turismo stuff coming soonish. I've still got to get HD component leads so I can record, but after that there will be some Gran Turismo stuff, hopefully. I'm sorry if this camera's going in and out of focus. I'm not used to video. I tend not to video stuff. And I've got my Xbox sitting up in the corner. The PlayStation is a bit bigger than I had hoped, and it's a little bit crowded over in this corner, because underneath there's a blooming Virgin TV box down there as well. So it's a little bit crowded, but never mind. Again, everything is blooming black. I've just noticed that. And then we've got all of my films, computer games, random accessories, and then many Xbox games. The second shelf there is purely dedicated to racing games. Yes, I have a lot of driving games. Oh dear. Anyway, that is a setup which I use, and it's a bit of a mess, but it works. And I just would like a better computer. Yes, I'm looking at you, computer. I could do with a new one. Anyway, that's it for this section. So we shall move on to the next bit. Okay, the next part is somebody just said happy birthday to me on Steam. Well done, computer. Hopefully you'll actually see that, because I'm trying to do something really clever with all of this recording, so that might not work. Anyway, yes, so you've seen the setup, and now we're going to show you how we record stuff. Now we do sort of three types of videos. There are those which are live recorded, which I do on my own. There are the setup challenges, and occasionally some of the other challenges that are live recorded with Daniel. And then there are the other sort, the normal kind of challenge things that we do. I'm trying to think now. I've forgotten everything we make. Will it roll, versus community, that kind of stuff, which is basically voiceover. Now, hopefully, on the screen you'll see at the moment, I have got two screens. In the top corner is what my computer is doing, and in the bottom corner is what is on my Xbox screen. So, if we are going to do a voiceover one, this is one that we don't live record for. These are the easiest to do. What car do I have out? What have I been using lately? It is a smart car. Why have I... Oh, I know why. Never mind. You will see why soon enough. Probably Sunday. No, yes, I think so. Damn it, that was a bit of a spoiler. Never mind. Shush. Yes, if we are... what are we going to see? What shall I show? I'll show this. Actually, no, I won't, because that's not the right one. If we are kind of doing a voiceover kind of thing, these are very straightforward to make. These are the ones that I prefer to do. Basically, what we will do is I will get up the replay, like I am now. I will skip to whatever point it is that I want to record from, and then I will literally just play the video. I'll cut the clips together. So if I was wanting to use this bit, then I would I'd wait for all the information to go away, because I don't want all of that. Yeah, I would cut it at the point that I wanted to start. I would then cut it at the end, and then I would just mash all the clips together in one long line that you'll see in a minute. This is the easiest sort of video to make. This is some behind the scene footage as well of Daniel having problems with his Quattro. Yeah, this is the easiest sort that we do. It doesn't take too long, because I can edit the video whenever. And when it comes to... Oopsie, press the button, never mind. When it comes to actually voice recording stuff, that's when things get a little bit trickier, of course, because me and Daniel live miles apart, so everything has to be done over the internet. I've seen a few people commenting on our videos trying to figure out how we work stuff. We work things a lot different to how all of you guys expect, I think. What we do is we will go on here, we will be in an Xbox Live party. That's how we hear each other. We have our Xbox microphones, headsets, or whatever plugged in, and that is how we will hear each other. Okay, we'll talk over there, and because we've both got wireless headsets, if a controller dies or turns off, the microphone should still be working. So that's how we hear each other. We then both separately record our voice in Audacity, as you can see on my screen now. We're both recording our own voice in that. At the end of the recording, we'll stop everything, we'll save everything, and then he will send me his version of the recording, his audio from that recording. I will then put the two audio tracks together, sync them up so that it sounds correct, and then I will sync them up to the video. Now, of course, because we live so far away, I can't just have it up on the screen, so we have to upload everything to YouTube. Every video that we make where there's two of us recording that's kind of a voiceover work is uploaded to YouTube twice in effect. It's rendered twice, and it's uploaded twice. If I can show you on the computer screen right now, I'll play that if you want to look at the Ultima going around. I've deleted the last one, god damn it. There are videos that will go on here that are locked, which you will never see, that are basically, for example, this Tsukuba Time Attack one. There is a version of it with no audio, just the cars going around, and then we do the voiceover of that. Very occasionally, it hasn't happened for a while, but very occasionally there used to be the odd time where I'd forget to set something to private, or something to private would go wrong, and you would end up with the sort of the raw video without any commentary on it. Would end up on YouTube. That hasn't happened for a while, thank God. But yeah, there has been a few times when when we've screwed up with that one. Anyway, that's how we do stuff when it is on sort of a voiceover. I prefer making them. That's so much easier. When it becomes to doing live recording, if I'm doing it on my own, that's absolutely fine. That's very, very straightforward. And if I can just go back somewhere, yeah, doing stuff on my own is because I don't edit them too much. I don't like doing editing so much with them. It's just a case of sync everything up and then go. And once you've synced the audio up at the start, it should be fine all the way through, and then you just cut any extra bits at the end, which I have forgotten occasionally. But yeah, it's fairly straightforward. Also, I will point out now, if occasionally I've missed this before, at the start of the video, if you hear me going 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, that's basically me syncing the thing up. As you saw there, as I was saying it, I moved something on the menus, so I can sync the audio to the video very straightforwardly doing that. That's what that is. I haven't forgot to cut it off for a while, I don't think. But again, occasionally I'll edit something and I'll forgot I've edited something in a certain place and whatever, and it gets forgotten about, and yeah, that sometimes makes it in. It hasn't happened for a while. Hopefully, won't happen again. Fingers crossed on that one. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you hear that, is me syncing the audio and the video up, because of course with the Hapwidge I have to record the audio, me talking separately. So I have a sound file for each video, and I have a sort of I have the actual gameplay video part, and I have to sync them both up. The trickiest of all recording stuff is the setup challenges, or any challenge that we do where both of us are live recording. They can be a little bit of a pain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you making tomorrow's or today's. I'm not quite sure what day I'm going to upload this video. I will show you the actual editing of a setup challenge on the computer screen.
Okay,
so we shall cut to that
the
in a second.
So here we have the stuff for the setup challenge. We have our basic stuff, the intros and the outros that all stay the same. And these are the recordings of which, as you saw, I took off the Xbox, and they've got the two audio files. This one made by me, and that one there that Daniel has sent me. So the first thing, very simply, you drop the intro in there, and then we have the introduction-y kind of bit with the cars. Now we timed this very specifically, so I don't have to spend forever trying to sync everything up, because I'm using the replay footage for this from something which we live recorded. What we do is we will set a time, so say maybe 40 seconds into the video. Depends on how long it takes to get the cars organised. The trickier the car is to drive, the longer this kind of opening time will be. And then we will start talking at 40 seconds. Like beforehand, we'll organise a time to start the recording so that both the recordings should be synced at exactly the same point. So with this one here, it was 40 seconds into the video. So when we drop that in there, I know that when I press record on the Xbox at 40 seconds in that, so I know that this starts at 40 seconds into the replay. This means that the minute we start talking on our audio files, whenever that will be, I think it'll be like 10 seconds after the actual audio file starts, that will be synced up with that. I know that both of these two will be synced because we both pressed the start record button at the same time. Then it comes to the tricky bits. Now I'm not actually going to edit this here because it will take a while and I'll have to have all the sound on and everything. But I'll show you basically what we're doing. But I need to drop these down here. So yeah, as you can see, there's all the sound waves. You can see I do most of the talking in these. It's quite noticeable. Anyway, I'll just drop these in here, as you do. So that's like the little intro bit so that you can see the cars closely, because the normal replay camera here isn't particularly good. Occasionally, we'll get lucky and the replay cameras will be alright. They'll show a decent view of the cars, but here it's too far away. So I have to use one of the game cameras and I spin the camera around sort of to try and show the cars off. Alright, so then we come on to the actual editing bit. Now again, I sync all of this stuff up because I know once the start of the video is synced, the rest of it should all be synced because it's all live recorded. It should all work. I will, as I come to the end of this, we try and not rev the cars up at the start. Occasionally lag will change that, but we'll try and not rev the cars up for most of this, and then when it's sort of like 10 seconds to go before we actually start moving, that's when the cars will start making noise. That's my cue to stop, or like to pause the replay here, stop the recording of the replay there, and then cut to the game cameras. Oop, there we go. To cut to the replay cameras that I'm going to use for the rest of the video. And I'll do this twice. I will record one from my car's point of view, and I'll record one from Daniel's point of view. Now, to make sure that everything syncs up, when I pause the replay from this section, I will note down the time, so I can go back and find exactly the same time. So everything should be exactly synced up. Occasionally I have had a few issues where I've miswritten down the time and that sort of thing, and then you have to edit and move it about to make it right, but it works most of the time. Now, as you'll see, we've got two video tracks. So what I'll be doing here in a few minutes when I go to edit this properly, I'll play through and then I will select what camera angle I want at that point. So say for the start of it, I want my camera angle. I want it to be looking at my car because that's where the excitement is going on. Like all the time, of course. I'm always exciting when I drive stuff. So yeah, I'll watch through, and then when I get to a point where maybe we want to focus on Daniel's car, so I'll select here. I'll select this part of the time frame. Now, because those are like on multiple tracks, I will choose. I can choose to like make this track invisible and that kind of thing, which is what I'll do. So say at this point here, I want to swap cars. I want to get it to focus on Daniel's car. I'll split the clip, and then we'll go down here. It might take a little bit of time. This is why my computer is a little bit irritating when it comes to editing with all of this, stuff going on. Come on, computer. Come on. I want to click there. No. Now we're going to really have a big freeze. Just as I start recording something, it decides, no, I don't want to work for you today. No, we're really not happy, are we? What on earth is going on with you? It's normally fairly poor. It's not normally this poor. I'm going to blame the recording stuff. Come on, computer. Please work. This is what I have to work with on a daily basis. Okay, then we'll split the clip down here, and then we can remove. Well, we can't. Oh, this was so much better in my head when I envisioned this. There we go. We remove it, leave a gap so that it doesn't shunt the clip up. Okay, so now we will change to Daniel's point of view, so we'll have that clip being focused on. And then we'll jump to, say, this point in time. I want to change to my camera angle. It's not going to work for me today, is it? So again, I'll split the clip there, and I'll split that clip there. I'll delete that bit there, so there'll be a gap. But of course, it's all going to stay in sync. And that's how I do it. That's how I edit these ones. This is the trickiest of all the videos that we have to do. It can get even trickier if, like with the one where we set up each other's car, I had to have a third track with that onboard footage, and that was a nightmare. To get everything all synced up. The thing where it gets really tricky, which I haven't edited for a while, thank God, is when we have these kind of challenges that go over multiple parts. So when we do like a best of 3 kind of race. This one here, it's simple because it's just one long race. We go through this segment or whatever, and that's it. However, when it gets trickier is when we do 3 races in one go and we live record the lot, because there's a pause in the middle where we're in the lobbies. Because I'm not live like screen recording it, I'm going to be recording it off the replays, and that's when there becomes a problem. Because I'm just pretend, imagine this was the second race that starts, then I have to sync up the audio track where we change from talking in the lobby to change to talking in the race, and I have to sync all of that up with what's going on. That's a real nightmare when it comes to doing that. You will notice that often when we do one of these setup challenges, I will say something along the lines of "we're off" or something like that, to indicate that we've set off. That is a mechanism for me just to make sure that everything is synced up correctly, especially if we do these multiple ones. I will try and remember to do that. Occasionally, I have forgotten occasionally. That's when it's a real pain. Then you have to pick a point in the video that's like we talk directly about, and sync that bit up with the audio and hope that the rest of it all fits together. I will normally say like "we're off," something along those lines, so that I know that the video is in sync with the audio. That's how we do it. That's how I edit stuff. I'm sure it's not the most efficient way, and my computer really doesn't help matters sometimes. But yeah, that's the secrets of FailRace. That's how we do stuff. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you enjoyed watching us fumble about trying to make stuff. Yeah, I hope you've learned something new here today. Anyway, that is it for now, guys. So thank you for watching, and thank you for everybody who subscribed to us. I wasn't expecting to say we were at 15,000 this time in January. That's very yeah, it's been a very good few months. So yeah, until next time, goodbye.